Why is there a kitty? A moderately large tabby cat basks in its own self-satisfaction in the rain. About being a cat. Oh. Oh, expert meow. Can I touch you? The little cat bumps its forehead against your knee and starts kneading its paws against the ground. Wow, this has no relevance to the people we're trying to save right now, so I think we need to get out of here. I got distracted by a cat. My goodness. Alright, back to Nonya's. Oh.
Shit! What the hell are you doing back here?
Why? Do you have something to hide?
Wait, let me guess. You stole some of my files, or hacked my brain, or used telepathy or some shit. Found out someone else got hit by your little ghost in the machine, and when you got there, found out he was deader than new disco.
Oh.
That close enough?
That is distressingly accurate.
Well, it wasn't much of a damned guess. Charlie Nova is dead.
Oh no! Exactly what I said!
What? Charlie is...
The autocab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay. It's been all over the news for the last 10 minutes, and I'm not looking to be next.
So you're getting out of here.
I'm getting the hell out of Neo-SF, and I'm gonna forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a shit about any of this. Hell, maybe I'll pick up a new career. I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook, that's for damn sure. Have a good life!
Oh!
Oh no! No! Why is this happening? There was no one in that car! No heat signatures, no wireless emissions, nothing!
Whoever this is, they have a really large sphere of influence. They can hack almost anything and everything.
That wasn't even an auto cab! It's a manual!
How is that even possible?
I don't know! That's it! This is too much! I've had enough! I don't care who's controlling the news anymore! Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with any more blood on my hands! We're not investigating this lead any further. As of right now.
What makes you think we're out of it, though? If we're in this deep already, chances are the people, whoever's doing all the killing, probably already know we're involved. It's not our fault, Turing.
Logically, I know that. We haven't set out to harm anyone. But someone is using us as a stalking horse, hiding behind our investigation to clean up whatever this is.
Well, not wholly, right? Because Shotaro died before we even started investigating this.
If they want to keep taking out people involved in this, they're going to have to dig them up without our help. We don't have any other leads anyway. Thank you for sticking with me, though.
The Flower Mansion.
We have more pressing avenues of inquiry to make. Let's move on.
Wait, you're just gonna give up on this? Are we even gonna go back to Charlie? No? Oh my god.
Well, we should go to Melody's home and at least meet her.
Yep, the Flower Mansion. How are you doing, buddy? Oh my god, no! Is it dead?
It's on the road to recovery. Keep it up.
Okay, because it looked kind of brown here, so I thought it was dead already.
You really pulled it off. I'm impressed.
Me too. Should I be talking to the plant more, or are we done here? Looks like you're gonna be just fine after all. Oh, okay, good. It's Turing, your bored companion Rom.
Hi.
Oh, you're in good spirits.
Let's keep it the path we're on.
Okay. I've never tried this, but can I... Oh, use! I was hoping to give you like a pat on the head or something.
Aw, thanks for the hug.
Oh yeah, we've done this before. Okay. I don't suppose there's anything else new we can do in our home? It's pretty much the same home as always, huh? Alright then. Flower Mansion. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wool gathering.
Wool gathering?
I see we've arrived at the Melody Flora's residence. It's quite impressive. But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company.
She's pretty rich.
I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis. The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military, developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces.
Wow.
This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law. Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on.
Oh.
She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants. The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom.
Sounds like someone who has compassion for humans then, right? Compassion for humans? Like a human revolution kind of compassion? Huh.
But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but... well, I'd take that with a grain of salt. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter.
You're right.
Stay on your toes.
Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that.
Yeah, that's not on the mesh.
I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies.
personal, right? So they're not really gonna focus on that.
I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Yeah, the Turing might be pretty human, but there is still a limit to what he can do. Let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
Intercom, doorbell. Ooh, is that a kitty? Bear. Small-scale bear statues guard the entrance to the mansion. It's a very fancy place. Windows line the front of the house and broadcast a hint of an expertly designed den inside. It's framed with light blue curtains that probably cost more than your rent. Each. Damn right. These tall shrubs could line the estate of a Victorian duke. They're that stuffily pleasant to look at. Welp, no use putting it off. This looks like the buzzer for an apartment complex. She needs one of these just for one house? Do we press it or do we talk to it? Ring it. Whoa! Hi, is Melody home? I'll take that as a yes.
Your guess is as good as mine.
It's a yes. He left the door open for us.
Mine says we can go in. Should we?
We've come too far. These were a warning sign. Like, of all the animals, why bears? It was a warning sign.
Oh, wow! Swanky!
Whoa. Swanky?
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms.
Right on.
Is swanky too out of date?
A little bit.
It's certainly before my time.
That's really out of date.
Oh, Ms. Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and...
Oh, I know who you are.
It's not a good sign.
Hey, I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Wait, did she even know about that?
Fairlight?
She didn't know about that!
I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Wait, we already know she knows Hayden, right? Because they work together.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
Ooh.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
How rich do you have to be to own a pet polar bear?
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet.
I don't think it's working very well.
This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Not really.
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him, either.
Right.
Oh. She doesn't know. I keep forgetting, but no one knows that Hayden's dead already.
Melody keeps unusual company. Ursus maritimus, if I'm not mistaken.
Polar bear?
That might be why the temperature controls are set so low in here.
Yeah, definitely a polar bear.
I wasn't aware you knew the scientific name of the species.
Well, then why did you use it then? You should be using the Weren't you the one who wanted to use colloquialisms? Although polar bear is not really a colloquialism.
Ooh, has my interest in proper nomenclature started to rub off on you?
Yeah. He's a white bear, Turing. What else could he be?
Plenty. Have you heard of a Kermode bear, also known as a spirit bear? Or he could be a white-phase black bear, or even a pizzly.
Okay, point taken.
But he's not. It's a polar bear.
Oh, I don't think I should pet him. So, grr and stuff? A little ROM here. A RO51E893 unit from the emblem on its side. It sits patiently near Pat in a sort of an ambient sleep mode, playing light instrumental music. And this whole time, Melody is watching us observe everything in her house. The most regal-looking robotic cat in the world sits prim and proper on the fainting chair. Robotic cat? You have a real-life bear, but you have a robotic cat? Okay. Can I pet you? You give the cat a pet. The name on her collar says Lily. Hey, that might be useful information for later when we talk to Melody. It looks bored at you. Strawberries. The biggest strawberries you have ever seen are assembled in a china bowl on the coffee table. Oh, she's a very refined woman. A thin string of steam escapes the delicate spout. Can I have some tea? Ooh. A plush purple fainting chair dominates the room. Okay, I think we've had enough fun. Melody Flores, nanomachine heiress, and the owner of Flower Cybernetics Group.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course, but I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Please, Melody, any information you might have.
Oh, she might know a lot.
We haven't had access to any of his research notes and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with.
Maybe she's one of them.
Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course. We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
It's rough for Turing too, because we haven't told anybody about Hayden's death right now. So everything Turing says, it's gotta be like, can you tell us about his disappearance? Instead of saying, can you tell us about his death? It's kinda hard to have to keep that in mind.
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt? We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your questions, for now.
How did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed, I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapience. At least not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix.
What? That's a little bit different than what we were led to believe. Whoa. Suddenly it feels like Hayden might not be dead then, right?
You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
How would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades.
Immortality.
Functional immortality is a powerful lure. The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct. Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals. So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction. Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind. Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents. Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did. So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling and let them loose. Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting. Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Can you elaborate on your involvement?
Phew, if you can even call it involvement. It's a small city, and if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
I'm afraid we can't.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I won't.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
So Hayden wasn't invested in Turing's development then?
I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing. And I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
Stock?
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology.
AKA nothing is stock.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there.
Ouch.
Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space-age technology to work. Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware. Much like how you function.
I suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding specialized task?
Sure, there's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that. But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software. Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever, but there's more than enough people who are.
Thank you for this, Melody. I understand so little of my origins.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics. Hayden kept me up to date on his progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Of course, we'll keep looking. Now, perhaps we could ask some other questions?
Sure.
Oh, I feel like this is a little bit too personal and not really any of my business. What's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years.
Wow.
I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR neural implants to System 1. Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me, literally.
Ooh.
I turned him down, very politely, I might add, and then, suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up.
Oh, is that the kind of guy he is?
We've been at it back and forth ever since. I'd be damned careful about trusting him if I were you.
Yeah, it's okay, I got it.
He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants.
And strangely enough, Melody doesn't really give me a feeling of that she might not be trustworthy. Maybe it's because she owns a robotic cat and a polar bear. You know, someone who owns animals can't be a bad person.
Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down.
Oh, wow, that is TMI entertainment material.
It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
Oh, Lord. I think that's everything we need to know. That was TMI.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it. I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you. Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax. Mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere.
Thank you.
He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Your tactics, your information.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
Aww. Well, alright. Don't suppose I can have some tea before we go? The handling of the teapot is strictly the domain of the host's servants, at least in homes of this class. Okay, well, none of my business then, I guess. A huge marble fountain adorns the courtyard. Its pleasant bubbling sound can just be barely heard over the TV and outdoor ambience. The latest episode of Media Blitz is going into the sordid details of a new teen actor's island love affair with a local politician's daughter. Oh my god, that is juicy! Room control. Yeah, it's pretty low temperature right now, huh? For the polar bear. Strangely enough, the cat is okay with it too. Well, I suppose we shouldn't bother Melody too much. Let's get going then. Although, before we go to Golden Gate Park again... Oh, we can't anymore. I was thinking of going to... where Charlie Nova was. But like Turing said, that area is completely blocked off to us now. Okay. Oh. Guy. He looks like he's from Dragon Ball Z or something. You've never seen this person, and they appear to be waiting for somebody. Perhaps this is who you're supposed to meet? Oh! What the hell? Oh my god! It looks like some older kids got their artistic expression out in the poor police ROM. What? Can the police ROM not fight back? A chalk-a-doodle of the police ROM that some kids drew. You poor thing. That spray paint isn't coming off, and you'll probably irritate them more if you start prodding. Who is there? I cannot see a thing. I shall make a note to request more street lamps in this park. This is much too dark in an area. Oh, you're a dumb bot. Well, the Froyo stand is still broken. Alright.
Can I help you? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for?
What?
There must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax.
Oh no! What if this whole time Melody was the snake and Fairlight isn't?
He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
Damn that old woman.
What?
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need. I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city.
Oh.
Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand with nothing. I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
Insulting, but accurate.
Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help. Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay. But I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free. I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca.
Whoa.
If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever. If you're really sure journals can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
We might be able to do that. Are you sure?
Might?
Do you mind answering some other questions first?
Dear God, I'm doomed.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Sure, as long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
What do you do for Parallax?
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying. If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. I just build stuff out of the things he hands me.
I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit here, Vincent. Hayden was just a computer scientist, if a good one.
Was?
Oh, shoot.
A slip of the tongue. I'm still getting used to my independence from him.
Ha! And that right there proves my point. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm a good software engineer, probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind. We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
If you say so.
Why are you so adamant about getting out of Neo SF?
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw. There is... how do I put this without giving it away? There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide.
Oh.
Since the launch of the MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company. The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before. Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power. My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that. If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job. So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay.
Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance?
Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence. Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
Fair enough. Thanks. We'll go get freaking $100,000 for you.
Sure. I guess I can stick around here for a while. I need to make some calls anyway. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now. And I really hope you can do this.
Me too.
I'd rather give it to you than some other corporation anyway. See you soon.
That's a pretty tall order.
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable card. The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot. They might agree to help us in repayment for the damage done to the apartment. They seemed remorseful. We should check Market Street for them, in case they regularly hang out there. As for the rest, perhaps Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits. That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim.
Can we choose who to ask?
Melody is assumably home as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance. Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
I'm a little bit wary because Melody, even though right now I do seem to trust Melody a little bit more than Fairlight. Fairlight never said to me, hey, Melody's a snake, you shouldn't trust anything she says. But on the other hand, Melody is actively saying, hey, Fairlight is evil, don't trust anything he says. So I feel like even though Fairlight seems shadier, he might actually be the good guy too. I'm a little bit, one of them has got to be the bad guy, but I'm not sure which one it is. I don't know. So let's go to Market Street first. Ooh, that's a car. Hey, Brian.
Welcome back! Care to take another pamphlet or two?
His protests are gone. Why are you out here all alone?
Ah, the cold weather has made organising demonstrations a bit difficult, to say the least. But I refuse to relent in our mission. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, I will not rest until I stop these abominations from undoing God's almighty work.
Won't shutting down clinics like this cost lives?
That's a leading question. Of course, some people have life-threatening afflictions, and it's a good thing that science has evolved to treat all kinds of diseases. Simply wanting cat ears and furry tails does not constitute a disease. A disease of the mind, perhaps. If the government strictly limits genetic alteration surgeries to only life-threatening emergencies, well, that would be a start towards undoing the damage. We are not God. We were made in his image, and his image did not include fur.
I feel like your stance is a little bit strange though. Like, it's okay if it's life-threatening, but it's not okay if it's not. Who cares? If people want to do it, just let them do whatever they want. It's not really any of our business, right? What people do with their own time and body. Why is someone with genetic modifications less human?
I feel it's rather simple. It's even in the name. Modifying genes means we are changing the very DNA that makes us unique. We're giving doctors, among other people with a severe lack of understanding of the human condition, the right to make us into entirely new species. We are the byproduct of tens of thousands of years of natural selection and evolution, and now these people want that progress to just be reduced to a formula, to be injected into your skin at your convenience? And why? To fulfill some sick fantasy. We have VR dramas. Leave your imagination at home.
I don't know. I don't really agree with his stance. Just let people do whatever they want. And for that fact, like, genetic modification is something that's pretty common in our everyday life, even in 2017, what we're in right now. Because bananas. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that bananas are all the ones that we eat, the ones that we get from grocery stores and supermarkets. They're all genetically modified to not have seeds. The original species all had seeds and didn't taste as good and whatever, but yeah, so all the bananas we have nowadays are genetically modified, and is anything wrong with them? I don't think so.
Besides, why should we give these self-proclaimed animals the same rights as humans when they clearly don't want to be human?
Whoa! How far back would you like humanity to go?
That is the greatest misconception of our group. They would have you believe that we'd rather go back to the Dark Ages. Oh, sure, the human revolution wants people to go back to washing clothes by hand down by the river, right? We'll all go back to playing with sticks, yes? We do not advocate for a reversal of all technology. That would be ludicrous. We merely want severe limitations on genetic enhancements and a focus on medicinal practice beyond gene therapy. That would include an outlawing of cosmetic gene therapy, yes, people parading around in fur and scales as proud abominations. We need the government to protect these patients from themselves.
What has your group accomplished since it was founded?
Through some concerted efforts, we've created an alliance with a number of businesses banning service and employment of unhumans.
Wow. Unhumans?
Yeah, they call themselves hybrids, but we call them what they are. I can't respect those who willingly trade their humanity away. Thanks to our efforts, many local businesses are finally gaining the confidence to only serve human beings. If they wanted to feed animals, well, they'd open up a pound. Why, just the other day, a neo-SF landlord thanked me for supporting his decision to deny tenancy to unhumans. He already feels better about his decision to seek out our help.
Oh my god.
Plus, can you imagine the cleaning fees?
That's all I wanted to ask.
Great! Do tell me when you get the article out. I love to read the comments.
Yeah, sure.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't most of the meshnet speak critically of your organization?
Oh, that's cute. The robot wants to join in the discussion now.
Oh my god.
Yes, this is true. Though historically, most revolutionaries are unpopular when they're in the middle of the fight. I sleep comfortably knowing that history will be on my side.
I promise I'll write a fair assessment of the situation.
Why, thank you. I appreciate bold integrity from good journalists like yourself.
Thanks for the interview. I'll let you know if I need anything else.
Oh, please do. Have a lovely day now. And remember, God designed you perfectly just the way you are.
Sure. I think it's a little bit late to note this now, but in addition to professional voice actors and actresses in this game, this guy right here, Brian, I think he's voiced by Jim Sterling, the YouTuber and game critic. Yeah, I knew he was in the game, but I wasn't sure who he voiced until now. Okay, we got a car right here. I'm wondering if we can get this car.
It has an extra cup holder.
Oh, okay. Oh, the weather ROM isn't malfunctioning anymore. Yeah. The Hasty bar? Can we get help in here? Hey man, Ramona.
The Hassy Round will help you get your Hassy fix.
Can I get some Hasty then? Okay, it looks like we're not... Wait, what are we doing here again? Fake passports, right? Well, we're not getting in here. Oh, there's a... Ah, that's right, you two. Completely forgot why I came here. A video billboard cycling through advertisements for a few different things. First the news, then a commercial for the VR drama Tomorrow's Tears, and blah blah blah. Alright, we got the two guys here.
Oh crap! It's that reporter in the bot again! Cheese it, Ollie!
Hold on a moment. We're just here to ask the two of you for a favor. You don't need to run again.
I knew you didn't have the guts to mess with me!
Guts?
And why would we want to help you?
We did trash that apartment, Chad.
Yeah? So?
We also didn't report you to the police for it.
Yeah? So?
And they still could.
Glad you remember that.
Oh. Alright, well, spill it then. I ain't got all day. Can't you see me and Oliver are busy?
We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
Oh! So this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes.
Yeah!
So, what's the thread? B&E? War driving? Copyright infringement? Search bombing?
Copyright infringement?
Is search bombing actually illegal?
I don't think so.
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
We just need to buy some fake IDs today if possible.
Oh, that's nothing. If you can pay. Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests.
No, we need some passports.
He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passports that can get two people past the border safely.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
What about that guy who got at least that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call. Give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy, very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman.
Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo.
Not for the moment. Thanks for the offer, though.
Well, that and petty larceny.
We might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal?
He's a special ROM.
You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet?
Yeah.
Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding edge.
Okay.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software.
Oh, you don't gotta tell him that.
I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about.
You don't need to tell him that, really.
Which means what exactly in English?
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
Oops. And yes, what he said.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
Hey!
Tin can? Really? I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica.
That's the problem with it, huh?
Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century? ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades.
Yeah, that's a good point. Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name-calling, too.
Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Oh, BitBrain!
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade.
Oh.
A couple of passports are gonna run us... one signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino? Yukino at the Gates to the Deep?
Hey, the Hassie bar. The lady might have that.
Course. It's always that Japanese crap.
It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas. Maybe you can do better?
Probably.
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
Right at the bar?
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get. My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on. We'll help you look for it.
Oh. Oh, they're with us now. But I'm pretty sure I know where to find that poster. Oh! No. Get over here. In the bar.
Oh, there it is! I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks.
You nerd out?
You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
It's the same people here as before.
We could just do a smash and grab. Simple and effective.
No!
We can't do that! She knows who we are!
Us too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Like a bunch of clumps? Chumps? What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us, the less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
Yeah, we don't have a great track record of people being fine after they talk to us.
Screw that, Static. I'm not heading to juvie not knowing what for. Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine. If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed.
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
Well, Dad, after a fashion. He raised me.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
It seems very unlikely.
Oh man, I don't know what to say, you know?
Help me out. That's the best thing you can do for me.
I mean, I still have my dad, but he's...
Chad?
He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself. Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic.
Oh! Brian is your dad?
And I thought I could find a way to make him... Whatever.
Well, that explains why he was doing the graffiti stuff. He wanted his dad to just come back and be with him again.
I might as well nuke that drive. It ain't gonna sink.
I think I understand what you mean, Chad.
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know?
Dudes?
You're a dude, Turing.
Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with. Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark.
Yeah, he is pretty open-minded. Pretty open-minded for a kid who tags for the HR.
I was all mixed up, officer. I ran in with a bad crowd. I'm a good kid, I promise.
I'm not an officer.
Look, I'm not a true believer or nothing. I've got my own reasons for running with the revolution, and you ain't got the right to judge me. Besides, I'm pretty much done with those chumps anyway. There ain't no payoff no more.
Most of the kids in the HR just want to cause trouble and get away with it because their parents agree with the politics.
Oh, I didn't actually think that these two believed in HR. I thought they were just vandalizing things with HR because they can.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Who the hell wouldn't want to enjoy a little parental-approved head-cracking?
It's enough chit-chat. Can we get the poster?
Whoop, the line has finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona.
Hey, Allie.
Salutations, Ramona.
All right.
What can I do for you all?
Ahem.
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
No way. Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits.
Yeah, she's a pretty big otaku. We need to find something that she really, really wants to make her part with that poster. Nah, this is literally a matter of life and death, Ramona.
How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster? Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation, and people have already died.
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it. I don't even see how the poster can help.
Well, we're telling you it can.
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
Cheap crap! How have you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more.
Yet you leave it in your store? If I were you, I would never let it see the light of day in my home.
Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed.
Oh, crap.
It's special.
Sure it is.
Urgh.
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
Thankfully.
We can't get you another one, though. Oh, but I don't really wanna... Oh my god. Okay. We don't have time for this. Go get it, Chad!
Hell yeah! I knew we'd get to the smash and grab.
I'd like to see you try.
I'd like to see you try stopping me.
Chad, we're not stealing anything.
But we can't get her another one!
None of your asses are stealing from me. And for the record, way less moe than I thought.
Oh, Turing?
I'm sure whatever you're working on is important, but it sounds way too illegal for my taste. I'm not giving up that poster, and there's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise.
Please, Ramona.
There must be something you want.
Nope.
We can get you another. It'll only take a few days.
It's not just a poster.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It was a gift from someone.
Ah!
Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade.
You aren't hearing me, are you? It has sentimental value. You can't replace that. Look, you'll just have to order something off the mesh, because you can't have this one.
Oh, we don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
Please, Ramona.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade?
We gotta wait for the entire glasses animation every time I want to go to another line.
I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
Is that a mix of Pretty Cure, Sailor Moon, and a few other ones?
Whoa! You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare! They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
You can't be serious, Ollie! You have that thing framed on your wall! Anyone shut up about it for a week after you got it!
He really wants to help us.
This is important, Chad. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Maybe.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
But we need...
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up. Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
Something of less value.
A couple of things, maybe.
Aw, she's a nice girl.
We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one, too. Go ahead and take the poster.
Aw, thank you. Wow, she got another one already.
Thank you, Ramona.
Yes! I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie?
Of course! I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade.
So cool.
Aw, they're all nice people here. Aw, what is this poster though? It's being shown at the Castro Theater next week as part of a marathon of tech media films. Wow, she got a different one fast. Thank you, Ramona. Thank you so much.
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
Do you have a problem with that?
What are you talking about?
I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
Sure.
You jealous?
Well, we have the poster now. What's next?
This is all really the fault of the guy who wants the poster. Why, of all things?
Go ahead and call this number, Turing. He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
Sure. Change the subject.
I'll call him right now then. It's ringing.
You the ones looking for some papers?
We are, and we have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional-like. You know Stardust?
Yup.
I do.
Head there. Leave the poster behind the Megaphobator arcade cabinet, and get out.
Ooh.
Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Megaphobator.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name, and I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
Who cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants. Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with. I've wasted enough of my day with this crap.
Sounds good to me. Maybe now we'll figure out the secret behind the Megaphobator machine. Oh yeah, we still need to get money from those people.